Hello and welcome back to a new video with the education of subject software engineering. And in the last episode, we learned about the different types of process models, right? In that, we have already covered linear sequential process model and a type of it that is waterfall model. If you have not yet seen that video, the link will be there in the description box down below. So please go through that. And today, in this video, we are going to learn about the next type of process model, that is incremental process model. So without wasting any time, let us just move on to the topic. So as written here, the incremental process model is divided into two, that is incremental model and the RAD model. So that we have already learned in the last video that incremental has two types. So the first, that is incremental model, that we are going to cover right now. So this is how the figure looks like of incremental model. Here CPMCD means whatever we have studied in the waterfall model, that is communication, planning, modeling, construction and deployment. That is what we have learned in the waterfall model. And if we go through one of the increment, it similarly looks like our waterfall model. So this is to inform you that the incremental process model is a forwarded version to waterfall process model. Waterfall was linear and sequential, whereas incremental process model has increments. So as you can see here, this is the first increment and this is the next increment. So it has different increments. Here this T means delivery of the first increment, and then if second increment has started, this T means the delivery of the second increment. Now let us discuss why this model looks like this, like there's one increment, then another increment, then how communication, planning and all will be done. The question arises, right? In the waterfall, it was very clear that first of all, communication will be there between the customer and the developer, and thereafter the planning, modeling and all such parts will go on. But here also same process is there, but still there it is in increments. How would it work? So it works like versions of software. I can give an example. Example of incremental model can be versions of any application. It can the example can be versions of any application. So this sort of model can be used when the client wants the quick action. When we go through waterfall model, the deployment will be there, the delivery of the developed software will be there at the end. At the end we will get the product. So till then the client need to wait and cannot give feedbacks regarding that, how the model is and how the product is going to be. Nobody knows. So this model is for that sake when the client is not very much clear with the requirements. Like it may change in near future. Right now, just like right now I am fine with something. I want something in my software, but it may change in near future. Then what? Then I can go with the incremental process model, wherein I gave some requirements through which my first increment is already delivered, and after some time I want some changes in my increment. Then using this model, my developer can change those things in the new version in the next increment. So that is possible. So when you want some quick action, like through some requirements you want the software to be delivered earliest, then you can use such a model. It is a sort of sequential model, but it has increments so that it is reusable. Just like for example, any Word file you use, right? So basically you have developed a software. For example, my requirement is of getting a software wherein I can write something, right? So I'll tell my developer to develop that. So in the first increment, it gives me the application. In the next increment, after some time, I want spell check to be inserted in my application. So in the next increment, I can get that. So this is how our incremental model works. And I have already given the example. And let us discuss the advantages of increment process model. Like we already had waterfall model. So why do we need incremental model? So incremental model is needed because it has a less risk of failure. Less risk of failure, because if something happens here and some functionality is not delivered here, we can always ask for and get that delivered in the second increment. So less risk of failure. So this is the biggest advantage of our incremental process model, and this is the reason why after waterfall model, incremental process model was discovered. And here we come to an end of our video. This much for today, and we'll meet in the next video with a new topic. Till then, be safe, keep learning, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications. Till then, bye.